What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's time for another NFL Head Coach 09 live stream here, May 8th, 2020. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's action. Hope you're ready for a fun time on NFL Head Coach. Which, what is this, like the 11th stream of this game I've done? I believe so. Sure is. If you're watching this on YouTube after the stream has been live, I would skip to about 15 minutes or so. I usually have like Q&A and some dead time in the beginning. And if you're wanting to see the action, just skip to like 15 minutes. But what's going on, everybody? What's up, Kane? You won't get fired. That is the kind of energy we need. Please do not fire me tonight. I like Atlanta. Nice place. We have a good team going here. We have something building. Just trust the process with me, everybody. The pineapple shirt ain't ready right now. So yeah, what we're going to do today in Head Coach is we're going to finish out the season, and then we are going to start the off season. And it's kind of just be, I want to stream for a couple hours tonight, and we'll see how far we make it. And then pick up the off season again where we leave off. And obviously, it takes some time because the off season in this game is extremely time consuming. I imagine we'll get to free agency tonight, Cole, but what I think we're going to do is Super Sim Coach both of these final games. And maybe jump into a couple key possessions, but not a traditional full game tonight, because those take like an hour and a half sometimes. YouTube still hasn't fixed this super chat thing. Do I just have like a broken link now or something? What's going on with that? Appreciate the super chat, Eli. Thank you. What's your Kalispell Mount Rushmore? 4 players from the Kalispell Warhawks. It's hard to not include Marcus Calhoun as one of the founding players of the series. You have to include Brandon Warren, who has been the most successful quarterback. I think James Huggins belongs on there. And Jamari Akinjide. There you go. Calhoun, Akinjide, Warren, Huggins. I actually answered a question without like a bunch of probablys, maybe listing like 6 players when they were recommending 4. I actually answered a question pretty good. What about Michael Lewis from New Mexico? Warren, Turner, Akinjide, John Charles, man. To not put Boogie on there, to not put Hayden on there, feels like a crime. Appreciate y'all being here tonight, though. I really enjoy doing these streams at night. I think there's just something about doing something like this before bed. It's like a productive way to end my day. I love it. It's nice to be back streaming at night again on occasion. Eric, thank you for the super chat. Walker, Sheridan, Akinjide, Huggins. I love Sheridan. Yeah, Roscoe Sheridan has a lot of fans. I wish that he had made it to the Broncos series. I would have loved to have like Ja'Cory Day and some others there as well. I made Lamar Williams just so he would be there. I made him specifically because I thought he would be the kind of player that might need like... I thought the storyline made sense. It didn't feel forced. I'm trying to incorporate some storylines now when I think that there's a situation that really fits. Like I was talking about the Noah Fant trade rumors. Like, before the season began, I kind of thought to myself that if things got to a certain point, I would trade Fant as a storyline that would make a lot of sense. Instead, what I'll do for the Broncos season now, because I haven't traded Fant, I'm going to say that Fant wants to hit the open market, and so does Centarius Phillips. So regardless of what we would want to do for our team, they're both going to hit the open market, and they can't come back without doing it. But yeah, another Broncos episode will come out on Sunday. Kalispell went up today. We're a little over halfway through this new Kalispell season. Got another Mount Rushmore here. Eli says mine is Evans, Warren, Sheridan, and Boogie. You're including Troy Evans. Want to know my pro comparison for Troy Evans? Lynn Bowden. Just like, not the most dynamic player, but trying to be used in that dynamic player role. Bowden had to play quarterback at Kentucky and racked up all kinds of rushing yards. Had to throw the ball every now and then. He can play in the slot too as a traditional receiver. Yeah, what's going on, Connor? Glad you're here tonight. Shannon Evans. Oh, Eli. Yeah, there's too many players with the same names. Shannon Evans. Yeah, he is one of the best players to not make it into the Broncos series, for sure. Not Troy Evans. Thoughts on the NFL schedule? Honestly, I took a quick look at the Vikings schedule. This is the one part of NFL news, really, that pops up every year that I just ignore. Because it's like, here are predictions, wins and losses for every game of the season. Like, come on. You're just reaching for content because it's the offseason. I'm not consuming that garbage. Although, I guess, what else are you going to do? You could always, you know, bet on, you know, simulated Madden games on Twitch. I know that's a thing now. All right. Thank you for the super chat, Golden Warrior. Pretty sure the problem might be that when you sim, they are running unknown plays that is causing L's when simming. I think that's right. Like, that would make sense because there is like a stat in the game for how good of a play caller you are, and I think that if you're going to sim, you can't overlook that. Makes sense to me anyway. Feed 21. Hey Kane, hope all is well. Do you think my boy CeeDee Lamb is the type of player to come in as wide receiver 3 and be wide receiver 1 by November? I'm such an Amari Cooper fan and a Michael Gallup fan that I would be shocked if he overtook both of them. I think Gallup is legit, and Cooper and Dak, man, they have that connection. Cooper's had so many big plays, but that 1 through 3, man. 3 deep. Part 2. Maybe not quite as good as, you know, Moss, Carter, and Jake Reed for my Vikings back in the late 90s, but that's as good of a 3 deep as you're going to find in today's NFL. My hair looks so good. I just take a 1/2-inch buzzer all the way around. They don't look that good. Yeah, I needed a haircut bad. So, my wife gave me a haircut. I might start doing my haircuts myself. I thought about that. I feel like I could pull it off. It's so simple. What's the worst that can happen? I just go bald. If I mess it up bad. I've been well, Decanator, just plugging away at content, and every now and then I realize how many days have passed since this whole situation began. Running up on 2 months here soon. My whole philosophy with my hair is once it's long enough to start being messy when I wake up, it's officially too long. No product, no technique. Not putting any effort into the hair. Yes, Colton, I did collect football cards. I have a ton of them in my closet. I have a lot of the ones... I think I still have a fair amount from when I was younger. I wonder how deep the collection goes, but most of it's at least 8 years old or so. Most of it. A lot of it's older. I know I went to like Twins Fest a long time ago, many years ago at the Metrodome. And I bought like a bunch of Vikings cards that day, like $60 worth of Vikings cards, and most of them were like like super common cards from the 90s. It was kind of a ripoff, but I guess a learning situation for me then. Yeah, I got some from like 2012 because I was doing like some IRL pack openings. That was kind of fun, but haven't gotten back into card collecting or anything. Although that's kind of become a thing on YouTube. There are definitely card collecting is like an investment strategy, or just a flipping strategy is also a big thing these days, especially with like a lot of the NBA cards, which is interesting because I don't ever remember NBA cards really being in demand growing up. It was all baseball, football, and Pokemon. I think card collecting's cool, but unless you have like, you're part of a community or a group of friends that also collects, hard to fly solo with that, I feel. Appreciate the super chats, everybody. Got a couple more here. Chargers belong in San Diego. You're here for every head coach stream, man. I appreciate you. What's up, Kane? The schedule is released, and I'm pumped for the Chargers to go up against the Bengals in week 1. That's actually a really good matchup for you, I think. Also, hope Herbert develops into a solid player. Kind of nervous about that. Yeah, I don't think he'll start right away. Hard to see him starting right away. But to get the Bengals, Joe Burrow's first start, if you're going to face a rookie, you'd rather face them sooner than later, I think. Although I guess some rookies, depending on the offense they're in and whatnot, sometimes they start out really hot, and it takes a few games for teams to get the read on them, and then they get shut down. So I guess it doesn't really matter. Hey Jake, appreciate the super chat. Hey Kane, I just want to thank you for providing us with fantastic content during quarantine. I love the Broncos series and look forward to every new episode. Much love from Pennsylvania. And thank you again. Appreciate it, Jake. Glad you're enjoying the Broncos series. Way too much content today. You're killing me, but love it. Appreciate it, Hufer. Only one video tomorrow. Only one. Be back to 2 on Sunday. And then I have to think about when the next stream is going to be for this, because I know the off season's going to need a part 2, maybe a part 3. We'll see how far we get. Is Toby Gerhart on this game? I don't think so. When was Gerhart drafted? He was the 2010 draft, right? The Kyle Rudolph draft? Wait, no, because Rudolph was a second round pick and so was Gerhart. Gerhart must have been the 2011 draft? Toby Gerhart. 2010. Kyle Rudolph was 2011. I always thought, yeah, 2011 is actually right. Yeah. Colt, thank you. Remember when guys like Vincent Ray and Jerome Simpson were known names? Man, Vincent Ray, when he was young in his career, I thought he was going to come to the Vikings because he was kind of like a backup for a while with the Bengals. I remember seeing a few splash plays of his, and then Zimmer came to Minnesota, and I thought the Vikings were going to get him, and he was going to be a star. Or at least I had the hopes that he would come and be a star. Jerome Simpson. I watched his front flip video just like the other week. Crossed my mind. Greetings from Romania. Glad to have you here. Is Steve Gleason in the game? I'm not sure. Allow me to check the roster quick for the Saints. What position? Linebacker? Can't remember exactly what position he played. Let's go to the G's. EFG. Nope. Could not remember what position he played, though. Curtis Painter ought to be in the game. Yeah, I think so. because he quarterbacked the Colts before Luck was drafted. So, obviously, played a couple years prior to that. What's going on, Rec? Doing pretty well tonight. So, I think we'll dive into this head coach action now. And what we're going to do first is kind of get an overview of the roster, and we're going to see, like, are there some young players that should get some more playing time before the year is done? Obviously, no playoffs for us. We're 5-9. We're going to go through these last 2 games and then get as far into the offseason as we're able to tonight. But we should start to see something unfold. Hopefully, I'm not fired. I have 78 approval, so I feel pretty good about at least getting another year out of this Falcons run. Going to increase the music volume a little bit. It's been pretty quiet on some of these streams. Let's go 5 decibels. That's not too extreme. All right, everybody. Let me make sure everything's all set up here. Only visible on stream. Super Mega Baseball 3 when the game's out. When the game's out, I'm very excited to play it. Very excited. I did not expect a Super Mega Baseball game this year, but I also didn't expect the first 2 when they came out. So, very looking forward to their franchise mode and hopefully having a new series for the rotation on the 2nd channel. Welcome back, everybody. NFL head coach here once again for episode 11 with the Atlanta Falcons. Today we're going to end this season, and sadly we're not going to be going to the playoffs. We have 5 wins though, and I hope we can finish the season strong. We've had some blowout losses lately though, and I hope that we can do a bit better here in these last 2 games. The plan right now is going to be to super sim these 2 games and get into part of the off season for this episode. The off season is so large though that it's going to be split up over multiple episodes, 2 perhaps 3. We'll just have to see. But the first thing I want to do is take a look at the roster and any players that should get playing time over veterans now that the season is basically over. One of the first things I want to do here, Derek Hayward, QB2, might as well try to get some of these players extra learning on the playbook and just seeing if raising them in the depth chart helps at all. So Freddie Brockers is going to become RB2. I think we'll keep receiver about the same. We're pretty young there, especially 2 through 5. The Vikings are the only team with a game on Christmas Day. That's kind of weird. Usually they have like a doubleheader or something for holidays. Let's see. I need someone younger. I want Tony Hills to play at right tackle today. What's the learning here for Tony Hills? Have I mismanaged his season a bit? Hills, yeah, it could be a lot better for sure. Jamal Anderson, of course, he's only 23 years old. Artis Drexler's already starting. I want to see if that overall goes up at all with this chance to play. Will Fork, Baldwin, Moorhead. Dino continues to start. He's a 78. I forget what he was when he was selected. I feel like it hasn't gone up in a while. But here's a look at his playbook knowledge now. He was not a starter day 1, but he's been starting now for quite some time and has mastered a fair amount of our playbook. All right, Waddle, Houston, Tribble. Oh yeah, Ty Law's hurt, so I don't actually have to bench him here to play somebody younger. Let's definitely play Marco Dawkins, though. Let's see what he's all about here. He's 24. I just had a great sequence with a 24-year-old rookie safety on my Buccaneers series. If you watched the episode I posted on Thursday, that was a pretty lucky sequence I had there. Does philosophy change the overall of the player? Yes. It kind of works out, I think, the way Madden did for a few years prior to the archetype system and the scheme fits, where like a player on one team would be a certain overall, but a different on another team depending on what they were looking for at the position. So, basically the overall in this game is kind of a good scheme fit gauge, I guess. Alright, so Marco Dawkins, he knows a little bit of the 4-3 and the nickel, so hopefully that gets even better. What's his learning at? It is 85. 85 potential, 85 learning. That's pretty good, especially if he's 24 and isn't going to have like a ton of years to develop. Not sure exactly how it works here in head coach, but like in Madden, a 24-year-old rookie does not get much time to get better. Yeah, that Colts game, 2012 Chase, I remember it. Because the Colts went into that game, their O-line was banged up. And the whole like narrative going into that game was that the Vikings were going to destroy their line and ruin Luck's day. I think it was his home debut at Lucas Oil. It did not happen that way. And then the last time I took on the Colts in 2016, that was when Adrian Peterson came back from an injury, I'm pretty sure, and the Colts destroyed Minnesota. It's probably one of their worst losses at US Bank. Maybe worse than that Bills game back in 2018. So yeah, need to reverse fortunes here against the Colts. I think in my time as a fan, they have beat the Colts like once. Certainly wasn't in the Peyton Manning days. They would have played the Colts then in 2008. Probably lost that game too. I can't remember. I'm not sure I've ever seen the Vikings beat the Colts, honestly. Oh, by the way, off stream, I did go to our playbook, recreate those two plays from last episode, and deleted my duplicates. So that's taken care of now. Come on, just one victory here for Minnesota. That's all I ask, Chase. About the real-life Broncos, I think the Denver Broncos are going to be the Cleveland Browns of this year, the trendy, take-it-to-the-next-level team. Especially with the additions they made on offense this offseason. And now year 2 for Drew Lock. Pretty exciting stuff. Yeah, I remember the Vikings playing the Bills like 15 years ago and getting beaten overtime on a Peerless Price touchdown. That one still hurts. These random AFC teams that just show up every 4 years. Like, I feel like it never goes the Vikings' way. Anyone else remember that Peerless Price game? Game-winning overtime touchdown. It was like a slant catch and run. Like 60 yards to the house. I have no idea who their quarterback was in that game. I just remember Peerless Price. Yeah, the Falcons are going to be one of those teams that I think is overlooked. Like, they've been a very inconsistent team the last handful of years. They had the Super Bowl run and then quickly fell off. And last season, you know, it looked like Dan Quinn was out. And then they rallied and they fought really hard the second half of the year. They had that big win against the Saints. The defense was getting all kinds of turnovers out of nowhere. Sorry, Schefter. Oh, already muted. Perfect. That might have been a Bledsoe game. I honestly do not remember anything else about that Bills team. Oh man, Falcons eliminated from playoffs. There it goes. No 7 and 9. Oh yeah, sim speed. Let's get it going here. I'd have to think so too, Rick. Especially, what would this be? 3 straight years they miss after the Super Bowl? That usually leads to coaches going out. I'm a bit surprised that Dimitrov has been there as long as he's been. I feel like simply having stability at the quarterback position has saved his job. That and, you know, I'm not sure if he's the one who made the move to get Julio Jones, but those are like the 2 things the Falcons have really had work out in the last decade. Bud Grant was the best Vikings coach, I believe. Appreciate it, Chargers, again for the super chat. Yeah, I wish I could have watched the Bud Grant era. Like, I don't know why the NFL doesn't just have an archive of all the past seasons. Like, they should just hire some sort of group of people to archive all that old content and add it to Game Pass. Like, Game Pass goes back to 2009. And there are some historic games on, like, the NFL's YouTube channel. I think every Super Bowl is on there or something. A lot of the old Super Bowls are. And I imagine there's footage of, you know, like the whole 1973 Vikings season. Like, I'm sure that there are plenty that would enjoy content like that to watch. Especially because, like, for a lot of these old players, they only lived through us in highlights. Like, I never watched a full game of Barry Sanders. He retired before I really became a football fan. So I've only ever seen his highlights. And yeah, you'll get like the occasional big games on YouTube, but you don't get to see the ebbs and flows of the seasons. Talk about the Seahawks. They love athletes. I want to do something with Seattle, something combine related, something just ridiculous for Madden. I got a couple ideas I'm cooking up right now. One is a little out there, but I'm hoping I can make it work. Uh-oh, Tony Hills was going to play this week, and now his season has just ended, unfortunately. Dislocated knee. Oh, Ryan, the Vikings draft I thought was solid. I liked what they tried to do at least. And then as far as the schedule goes, no major thoughts on it. Nothing really stood out to me, just Packers early on. Don't face the Bears until like November. I'd kind of like to face them a bit earlier in the season, but that's the way it goes. Got the NFC South on the schedule this year. Who do I think this is this year's surprise breakout player? You know, nobody really comes to mind yet, Xander. Like, I want to try to be like, there had to have been someone predicting that DJ Chark would have a big year this season. And I'm sure if you went back to his rookie season, you'd have to see some signs of what happened this past year. But I don't know right now. Do I think Dak is a bit overrated? I actually do, Feed21. I appreciate the super chat. Not just saying this because you just donated $5, but no, I don't think Dak's a bad quarterback at all. But obviously, when a quarterback's not like unquestionable top 10, like anybody who's lower than like the Matt Ryans of the world, you're gonna have these conversations all the time. It happens with Kirk Cousins. It happened now with Dak Prescott. It happened with Tony Romo. It's just the cycle playing out. It is very difficult to find quarterbacks that give you a Kirk Cousins, a Dak Prescott level of play. And I think they're good quarterbacks. And I do think that you can win with them and you can go very far with them, but I think it sometimes takes a more complete team to do it. I mean, Jared Goff and Jimmy Garoppolo are the last two quarterbacks to lose Super Bowls, and I would not say those two are like top 10 solid franchise quarterbacks, guaranteed 10 years, bank on it. I think there's a threshold you have to clear to be good enough to carry your team and, you know, play an important role in getting them deep into the season. And I'd have to say that I believe Dak meets that threshold. Not necessarily carry the team, but I think from time to time, a quarterback has to do it. You know, Cousins has always struggled with that narrative, and now this past season helped the Vikings come back from a 20-0 deficit against a good defense from the Broncos, helped them win a game in overtime against the Saints with a deep ball to Thielen and the jump ball to Kyle Rudolph. And I thought Cousins played his best football after the rough stretch and the Diggs trade rumors early on. You know, I actually wondered if Cara Mariota, personally Mariota, I think I'd be more intrigued by Mariota, personally. But we'll see if the Raiders do enough to unlock his potential a bit. Like, I thought at the beginning of Mariota's career, things were a lot more interesting in that Tennessee offense, but as time went on, I felt like the Bears offense would actually be a really good fit for him. Something with a lot of pre-snap motion, not always trying to go downfield too much. I thought the Bears offense would fit his strengths really well, and I was happy they got Foles over Mariota. I think that they would have been better off with Mariota, but I understand why they go and get Foles. Obviously, more proven. I think Foles has to start. I mean, Trubisky was so bad last year. And I don't know that I've seen a quarterback fall that far and come back from it. It reminds me a lot of like Christian Ponder. Ponder quarterbacked a 10-6 year for the Vikings and had signature games that year against the Packers in Week 17, against the 49ers in Week 3 or 4. He had some legit really good games that season and then fell off in 2013 in a big way, and there was just no coming back from it, and that's where I think Trubisky is. Sly, appreciate the super chat. Who's the unluckiest great NFL head coach? It's got to be Marty Schottenheimer, right? I mean, he's the only coach that I know of that went 14-2 and got fired. That Chargers team, though, in that era, they had some fun moments. I remember the breakout playoff game for Darren Sproles. I think that was against the Colts, and he was just setting all kinds of records for all-purpose yardage. I'm pretty sure Schottenheimer just got fired for going one and done. Playoff success, even though they went 14-2. How shocked is everyone going to be when the Packers have a dominant running game next year? I still can't believe it took A.J. Dillon in the second. It's just mind-boggling to me. 4-minute quarters. I guess I keep forgetting it resets. Let me quit out. I need to get some more time here. Kane, top 3 things you want in Madden 21, and you have helped me want to play franchise more. Thanks you. Appreciate it, Q. I obviously want to entertain with my content, but yeah, I really do want to show people how fun franchise mode can be, even in these imperfect games. And I just want to see the mode not die out, and for people to realize there's so much fun to be had, and an endless amount of fun to be had if you're as into it as I am. Now, what's a good quarter length for Super Sim games again? Is it like 9? Help me out here. Oh, yeah. Nine minutes? 8 minutes? Let's go 8. Oh, yeah. My top 3 things I want for my Madden 21 wish list. I would want a progressive fatigue system. I've been wanting this for a long time. I want a player to, you know, be 90% this week. And I have to think about, do I play him? Do I sit him? Have more decisions to make as far as roster management and game day actives and playing time. I would also like to see a rework for like man coverage and overall coverage spacing and leverage, because that is what keeps Madden's realism down the greatest. It's reactions, spacing, contested catches playing out properly, and if they could get man coverage better and make it more usable, that would help lead to more of those natural, inaccurate throws that are, you know, they're on target, but the defender's close enough to make a play on it. Not every route break creates an absurd amount of separation. So that, progressive fatigue, and if I had one more thing, I would say, those 2 things would make me, like, extremely happy on their own. Let's see, if I only had one more thing. Three incompletions to start this game, by the way. Yeah, I think some sort of coaching tree expansion. We need more than just head coaches. We need kind of a coordinator system that allows you to choose coaches that'll have experience impact on your players that affect their development. Regression sliders. Yeah, like expanded sliders in general, I think would make it over that. If they had expanded sliders for every little thing in the game, like running back injury frequency, running back injury severity, so on and so forth. If they had more sliders, we could customize the game to make up for a lot of the shortcomings that the game has out of the box. All right, so we are coaching these final 2 games here in Super Sim. Matt Ryan running for 3 yards. I call the passing play. Throw it. 5 yards to Roddy White. And why don't we... I want to see a simmed Waddle fade. I just got to know. Got Waddle Flood and Waddle Wheel back in the game. We're going to do a simmed Waddle fade, everybody. Incomplete for Demario Waddle. That's cool, though. That leads me to think that the game actually cares about progressions when you simulate a play. That or it was just, you know, lucky. Greasy is like 0 for 4 to begin this game. They just got a first down, though. Man. 27 yards out of nowhere suddenly to Williams. And a touchdown. Ike Hilliard, 30 yards. Going to sim some of these. I want to get a feel for how the CPU tries the play call, and if trying to see if there is a link between some of our simulated success or lack thereof and our coaches' play calling abilities, because I have a feeling that that skill in particular affects the sims, and if so, it's something we have to look at upgrading more so going into the future, because simulating is always going to be a part of this. Otherwise, it would simply take way too much time and would throw off a lot of the pacing with the series. We might actually coach a couple drives in the last game of the year, but otherwise, we're going to go through it like this. Thought it was a happy medium between just simulating the last 2 games and taking the time to play games that are kind of meaningless at this point. And we've already coached a few, so we know this team pretty well at this stage. We know what we have to work on too in the offseason. Like, the run defense cannot be this bad going into next year. I'm a bit surprised it's as bad as it is, but hopefully through more learning the playbook and maybe with a couple additions along our defensive front, we can make that less of a weakness next year. We are not having a very good game, though. It is currently 17-0. Simple screen. 14 yards to Roddy White on a halfback screen. Okay, that works for me. How about a halfback draw? Michael Turner gets 3. And what do I want to call here? Bunch fade. Incomplete. Not going too well. Right now our team is 5-9. Close to being 5-10 though. My goal this year was to go 7-9, and the chances of that happening aren't looking great. Demario Waddle just made a catch, by the way. Uh-oh, big drive here, and Tampa intercepted by Michael Boley. Okay, so at least 17-0. That's the score going into half. Could have been a little worse. Is that multiple drops I just saw for Demario Waddle? That's not good. 8 yards Waddle. We punt again. I did choose below 500, yes. Like, I didn't have, like, this expectation for the coaches that we were going to go 8-8 or make the playoffs. But my personal goal that I talked to you guys about is going 7-9. Which I don't think is happening. 16 yards. Why not call some unlearned plays here? What do we have to lose at this stage? Gotta get them all ready for next season, right? Halfback blast, 11 yards. What if I call it triple option reverse? 4-yard loss. Got a few plays here in single back. I think most of these are stolen plays from other teams. $18 yards Turner, 6 more. Hey! 40 yards to Demario Waddle, so he's going to get some production here to close the season out. Let's run this in. Touchdown. It's Brockers. Heck yeah. 24-7. Oh, 17-yard run out of nowhere, of course. No good on the field goal, though, so still a 3-score game as we take over. Why don't we call all of our Waddle plays here? Douglas, 21. Let's go Waddle wheel. Incomplete. All right, let's go double move then. And sacked. 3rd and 18. Don't have too many plays for this situation. Let's call level clear. 17, Laurent Robinson. All right, we're going to go for it then. And why don't we go with the halfback dive, if I can find it. Slam works. Got it. Sacked. Incomplete. 27 yards. Come on. We can make this a little more interesting. Touchdown Brockers. Another one. 24-14. All right, 27 yards. 2, 5, 5. Loss of 2, gain of 3. Oh, a penalty. That hurts. And another first down. All right, looks like the Bucs might be able to run this out or add a touchdown, perhaps. And it is 27-14. This game is over. A drop for Waddle, a drop for Roddy White, and we lose by 13 points to Tampa Bay. So there is your second to last game. 39% complete for Matt Ryan. Not very good. But I feel like there were 10 drops or so in this game. 3 here for Waddle, 2 for Roddy White. And Waddle has like 92 catching. So could that be we're calling plays he doesn't know and it's leading to just bad results? That would kind of make some sense. Drexler got a sack at least. I think the one thing we have to actually consider in this series, and not overreact to it now, but just because we've watched Matt Ryan be a franchise quarterback for 10 years IRL does not mean that's going to happen here. He might be terrible. He might be replaced. We'll just have to see. But his first 2 years have been pretty tough. I'm not going to try replacing him this offseason, though. First year in my weird system, not knowing what I'm even doing at head coach, not going to replace him. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 GM mode. There's classic. I never played that one. I remember playing like Here Comes the Pain and maybe 1 or 2 after that. Can't remember exactly. It's been a long time. Yeah, Blake, I think I will scout some of the quarterbacks and try to find maybe a mid to late round pick that maybe has a chance to develop and can be a good backup for Matt Ryan. We got to be prepared in case it doesn't work out with him, of course. And by the way, going into the draft, here are the picks that we have again. And we are currently without a second round pick, but have 2 4s, a 6, and 4 7s. Very strange set of picks, and I'm sure it's going to change between now and the draft. Approval has fallen to 72, by the way. Not too worried about it. Hey, it went up. What did I even do? Ty Law lost 10, approval goes up. That doesn't add up to me. We'll check to see if we have like the worst run D after the season's done. Whoops, yes, I want Wham Lurk. Biggest needs are receiver and front 7. Yeah, I think that another corner, another receiver, and another defensive lineman is at the top of our needs this offseason. I want to take a look at something here for the staff. So, Harley Jean-Charles, almost 10K points. His play calling is a level 2. Now, I'm not exactly sure how this works in the game, but I would think your OC and defensive coordinators call the games. So, play calling as a head coach really shouldn't be the biggest deal. So, Mike Mularkey, his play calling is a 2, and that's the best it can be. Emmett Thomas, his is a 4. So, obviously I wouldn't say his play calling is all a problem. Decreases the rate at which players lose play knowledge during the offseason. That's kind of tempting here at 3,500 points. I'm actually going to buy that. I was worried about some of that learning regression, and that will help counter some of it. You decide who calls plays in team philosophy. Really? That sounds like something I should have known before the 11th live stream of this. There it is, play calling. We have philosophies. Oh, wow. Defensive playbook control. I should have had that for Emmett Thomas the whole time. The offensive playbook control was already for our OC, and Malarkey, I guess, has the same learning as Harley Jean-Charles, but that's probably something I shouldn't have overlooked. Have you bought the skill that upgrades potential? I'm not sure if I have. I don't think I've purchased that. There are so many different skills here. I haven't been through all of them. Let's see Harley's skills here. I have almost 10k I've just been kind of sitting on. And I could look at some development. Special skills might be a bit more valuable. Must be that one. No, I have not purchased the 40,000 skill point skill. That's gonna take a while. I could always upgrade Harley's play calling and have him call the offense in the simming. That's something to think about, I believe, for next year. Oh, it is the 12th stream? Okay, that's right, because the off-season was multiple and I combined those. Can't believe we had a 7-hour off-season between 2 streams. More plays, please. Yeah, it's tough to get those expensive packages if you're not winning. That's what gives you all the experience. Oh, Waddle did have some unpredictable characteristics, I think, in his scouting profile. But thankfully, I don't have to worry about a new contract for him anytime soon. Hey, Pro Bowl voting. I forgot about that. DeMario Waddle had to have made it, right? Got to go through each position here. How about no one at receiver? Ben Watson. He made it to the Pro Bowl. Jared Allen. Vikings had a ton. Where is DeMario Waddle? Come on. He had 8 interceptions. I doubt anybody else did. Where's DeMario Waddle? All right, there is no way anybody else has 8. DeMario Waddle, I think, just got robbed a Pro Bowl spot. Let's go to defense. Where's the interceptions? The league leader, DeMario Waddle, has 8. Now, Ken Hamlin has 8. But Waddle also has 14 deflections and did not make the Pro Bowl. That is the worst Pro Bowl snub I think I've ever seen. Oh, did Anderson make it? All right, week 17, everybody. The finale. Waddle is all pro. That's why. Is all pro in this game? I think it is. But I can't remember exactly. All right, everybody. I want to sim this defense here and see exactly what happens if I don't call any plays now that I gave the play calling duties to Emmett Thomas and should have from the very beginning. Drive number 1 went very well. A quick punt forced, and we take over. Let's throw the football. We don't do that very well, though. All right, now they're moving. Uh-oh, Curtis Lofton just got hurt. 14 yards to Cooley, Clinton Portis, Liddell Betts. And they'll stall and kick a field goal. If it's close in the fourth quarter, I'll coach a little bit. Face mask. That's the only way we're moving the ball. 22 yards there. Okay. Finally on the move now. Inside the red zone. Just Simmons plays quickly here. Touchdown, Michael Turner. "27 yards to Santana Moss, and the defense is having their struggles again. Goal to go. Touchdown, Liddell Betts. Fred Smoot. OPI on Watson, really? Man, there's a penalty or someone getting hurt every play here, it seems. Intercepted! Ryan picked off by Fred Smoot. This ain't going too well. Force the punt at least. Let me call some plays, because whatever malarkey's calling here is not working out for us. Just give the fans what they want to see. All they ask for is Waddle fade. Drop by Roddy White. The Waddle flood's cool too. See? Face mask. Just got 15 yards out of it. It was a great play call. Let's go Waddle fade. 10 yards, Harry Douglas. We can take this lead. 6 and 10. Here we come. Clear out Z post. Going back to one of the originals. Motion deep post. That didn't work. Okay, Malarkey, you call it. Incomplete. Uh-oh, Santana Moss having a big day. Inside the 10, touchdown, Liddell Betts. Let's go to the second half, but we just got picked off. Uh-oh. Penalty? Do we keep the football? We did. Good. Waddle fade just got Xavier Short 29 yards, everybody. Michael Turner ran for 20. Gain of 7. Oh, come on. Of course the penalty slows us down. There we go. Milner to the 1. Touchdown Turner. Tie game. Might have a chance to coach something here. Forced to 3 and out. Milner for 9. Come on. 23 Roddy White. Intercepted, though, by Sean Springs. Way too many picks this year for Matty Ice. Alright, a missed field goal gets us the football back. Roddy White, big play. Brockers lost some yardage. Brockers got 2 back and finds the end zone again. We have the lead. And we're actually playing passable defense today. Not great, but passable. I'll take that. Another drop by Roddy White. Is his catching rating low or something? He drops the ball all the time. He just did it again. Back-to-back plays. And then he catches one for 24, and that's why you keep going his way, you know? Halfback stretch. Let's go Waddle Wheel. Okay, maybe not the Waddle Wheel. Got the football back, though. Defense just keeps making all kinds of plays. Then we punt it right back. I know we're going through things very quickly here, but I want to get us inside like 4 minutes, and maybe we can try putting this game away. What do you think about that? Trying to finish on a positive note, everybody. 6-10. Come on, you don't get fired going 6-10. It's a pretty good season for a first-year coach. Give me a play, everybody. Chat, make the call. You got like 10 seconds. I want to play. Double move. Okay, I saw Fantasy Hawkeye say double move. The only time we've ran this play, I believe it was a pick. And of course, we got a penalty. Took too much time. We'll get Waddle fade on this drive, don't worry. I know you want to see the Waddle fade. Everybody loves it. Even though I've made multiple Waddle plays, the Waddle fade is just the one everybody gravitates toward. Double move first. Waddle slot right, of course. And here's Matt Ryan. Pressure handled. And Ryan completes across the 50-yard line. Nice catch. It's not Waddle fade time yet. Our quarterback is 300 yards passing. That's pretty cool. Simple inside run. That's one heck of a name for a play. Michael Turner, the deep back on 3rd and 2. Weak side. Oh, come on. If you're going to be a lead blocker, lead block somebody. That was horrible. Injury. What happened? Who's hurt? 58. Curtis Lofton, right leg injury, out for game. You know what? The season's almost over. I want to put this away. I want to go for it here. I'm making the call. 4th down. Waddle, fade time. I think that it's all messed up, though. Waddle's not running the Waddle fade. Wide open, though, and Ryan missed. Do we have to replace him after all? What was that? Wide open. I think in this universe, Matt Ryan might be bad. That was a ridiculously awful throw. Essex under center. Washington takes over now at our 49. Outside and intercepted off the tip. It's returned across the 50. Falcons football. Let's go. One play is all it took, everybody. Dino Peters on the pick. All right, everybody. Matt Ryan can't screw this one up because it's a handoff. Draw play, Michael Turner. Inside and stood up. Yeah, sub him out. I gotta see Matt Ryan get some redemption here. I can't let the last throw of his that I watched this year, my lasting memory, be that awful 4th down miss. Keep throwing. Norman, I appreciate the super chat, man. Good to see that you're busting out the classics. Much love from the Bay Area. Appreciate it, Norman. Matt Ryan on the deep drop. Airing it out. Oh, man, nearly picked again. We got some issues here with Matty Ice. All right, the Waddle flood. Look deep. New quarterback coach? I mean, something has to get better for Ryan. Heavy pressure on the way. Off his back foot. Deep ball overthrown. Was Waddle wide open? Appeared to me like he was open. All right. This time we're going to punt. Max cover. Yeah, I'll have to check out my quarterback coach. I cannot remember what happened for that spot. The punt is decent. 2:07 left to go. Just got to keep him out of the end zone. Where's the sound? Oh, you didn't tell me the sound wasn't there. There it is. My bad. Wait, there was a penalty. Wow, holding on a punt return that went out of bounds. That's one of the most sim-realistic things I've seen in a football game, period. Holding on a punt return. If I were a head coach, that would be one of those things that would absolutely aggravate me to just the greatest extent. I would, like, fine players for having special teams penalties. The goal of special teams is to get the football back and let the offense take over. Stop messing things up by ruining field position, costing the team 10 yards here and there. Like, why are you holding? Most punt returns get like 3 yards.
Nickel stump lurker.
Oh, the sound in this game is one of the best parts. All right, 2 minutes. Just got to hang on, everybody. 24-17. Chris Essex, the rookie, trying to finish strong and give us some more heartbreak. In the pocket on second down, and he connects over the middle. It's a good pickup. And we have a chance to steal a play here. What do we got? All-out blitz, linebacker blitz, or a nickel blitz. Huh. I don't want any of them, actually. How about a defensive play? Or an offensive play? Nothing yet? "65 yards away, everybody." Yeah, we'll go through league stats after this is over. That's going to be fun to see. Outside, knocked down. It's not volleyball. Pick it off. That's a touchdown. What week is this? Week 17. Final game before we get into some of the off-season tonight. We'll see how far we can get. I wouldn't mind ending the season on one more DeMario Waddle interception. Just saying. 1:38 left to go. Essex sliding. Dumps off. That's caught. And it's a gain of 9.
They're just outside range now.
Let's see. Let's go 2-man under here. I like our man coverage. You can call that in some of these older games. It's fun. Yeah, what are the chances we screw this up? I mean, come on. Third down. Out of bounds. See? Just one more play and we can basically end the game. I'd love to blitz here, but I just don't trust the team enough. It sure didn't work last episode for us. That Tampa game specifically. Forget if that was last time out. 4th and 2. Now they're going to run it inside, and the game is not over yet. Gain of 4. That's right. Essex did go to Washington with Waddle. Reunite with your former teammate, Chris Essex. Come on. Throw it to Waddle. On first down. Here's the rush, and down he goes. Back at the 42. Jamal Anderson's had a really solid end of the year, I feel. About a minute left to go now. 58 yards out. Yeah, Atlanta doesn't blow leads. They're not going to screw this up. Not tonight. Essex. 51 seconds left, and he completes the underneath pass for a short gain.
They're just outside range now.
No subbing. It's the last drive. You can sub out on vacation in the offseason. Atlanta has never blown a lead. It's literally never happened. Third down, Essex. Got it again.
Come on, man, keep your focus.
Uh-oh, 43 seconds left now. They're just 38 yards away. Tick, tick, tick. One timeout left. 36 seconds left for Essex. Over the middle again. Got it. First down. Still on his feet inside the 20. Oh, don't tell me Santana Moss is about to wreck our night here. 27 seconds. Still hanging on to that last timeout. Atlanta needs one more play. First down, Essex. It's caught again at the 10. Timeout. What do we do? Just win it in overtime? No, I want to win now. All right, robber coverage. Kerry Rhodes gets the robber coverage assignment. He will read Essex and help us end this drive. 20 seconds left.
Hey, good
Ooh, a
call,
false
Ref.
start. That's big. How about draft position? Didn't think about that. I'm not even sure if there is any implication in this game, if there's another team with the same record or something.
Nickel stump lurker.
I'm also worried about approval, though. Like, even if it, is still good enough to not get fired, I'll have to raise it from wherever it falls. Second down for Essex. Over the middle, and that was off the mark. Boy, are we fortunate. I think I have to bring pressure. I don't think I can let Essex stand in that pocket and make another throw. The question is now, man blitz or zone blitz? Chat, you decide. And then if you're wrong, it's not on me. Man blitz or zone blitz? I will use a timeout right here to regroup. Zone. I'm seeing a lot of comments. Most of them are saying zone blitz. All right. What would Dick LeBeau do here? What would he call? I don't have many blitzes. I just remembered that. He would call outside surprise, right? In the 4-3. Where is it? It's 3-4. Weak side surprise. All right. I call the zone blitz. Third down. Can we get to Essex? Essex back to pass. Over the middle again. A first down. And they may get one more snap. Oh boy. 10 seconds left. This could be it, everybody. Week 17 on the line. 6 seconds left. Essex gets the snap. Fires end zone! It's caught! Touchdown! The Falcons choke away a final minute lead. This can't be. There's still the extra point. This could easily be missed. I've seen it before. Are we going to overtime or not? For the tie. Right down the middle. Three seconds left. Overtime is the most likely scenario now. We could return this to the end zone. I highly doubt it. What's it gonna be? 15 to the 20. No shot. Overtime it is.
Well, that quarter's over.
Hey, Kane, I believe that touchdown is on you. Take it back. Take it back. Yeah, you know, a win today would feel pretty good. I won the toss. Wait a minute. Did I not win the toss? That wasn't tails? Because I called tails. What happened this time? Was it heads? Must have been.
All right, let's kick it off.
Was that really heads? I thought it was tails. I don't know why I assumed it was tails. They use a weird coin. So, we have to begin this on defense. And they did nothing right on that last drive, so shouldn't have high expectations right now. It's a run. Nice play in the backfield. Love it. Loss of 3 to start this drive. Now my plan is to funnel a check down over the middle. We're going to play cover 2. Three wide. And another stretch. This is going outside. A broken tackle. Across the 30. Still on his feet. That was a lot more successful than it should have been. 3rd and 2. What if I get fired? That would suck. Alright, man blitz. We got to change it up somehow. Put the pressure on. Force a pass outside the numbers. It's Waddle versus Santana Moss, I believe. Running again. Portis spins away. Breaks outside. Got the first down. Come on, defense.
Back up. Nobody talk to me. Nobody get near me.
Come on. At least pretend you know how to stop the run. Should have called zone. Yeah, every play doesn't work, so obviously the opposite is what I should have done. Are we going to choke this game away entirely? 24-24. Portis outside. Falls forward, but at least didn't break a tackle. Is it going to be Portis again? Nope, play action this time. Essex under pressure. Knocked down. 3rd and 7. Cover 1. Linebackers sit in the middle. Extra coverage there. They're not throwing to Santana Moss. Not with Waddle out there. Essex wouldn't test him. Essex on 3rd down, across the middle. Oh no, he did it! He actually did the exact thing I said he would not do. Waddle gives it up, 1st down. It is not my day. There's no way he does it again. Oh man. At the 29, broken tackle. Uh-oh, falling forward. At least, like, field goals here aren't automatic, so they still have to actually, you know, kick it, and it's not a foregone conclusion at this point. What team is going to hire you after this, L? XFL Part 3. I'm your man for the job. 2nd and 7. Portis falls ahead to the 21. Please stop jinxing yourself. I don't know how. It's my job to talk about video game football. Wait, they're kicking now. 3rd and 2. This is for the win. The kick is good. The Falcons lose in overtime. Ball game. 5 and 11. What a way to end the season. That's how it ends. 3 picks for Matt Ryan. A nice 4th quarter lead blown. What an effort by the defense. I can't believe we lost. I actually thought we were going to win. Why would I think something so ridiculous? Oh, I'm sorry. This is not the right song for the occasion. 68 approval for the Atlanta Falcons and coach Harley Jean Charles. The season is over. Oh man, injuries to end the year. This is called Shoulder Closures in the YouTube audio library. It is the signature sad song for my content. Checking out some of these team stats, we did have like a bottom 5 rushing offense. Something we have to look at improving for next year, especially because it doesn't seem like Matt Ryan can carry an offense by himself in this game. Defensively, rush defense, not quite the worst. 5,000 rushing yards allowed. Why does that seem a little bit excessive? What does that average out to be? There is absolutely no way. That is 314 rushing yards allowed a game. I don't think that's the case. Do they really allow over 300 rushing yards a game? Well, we weren't the worst, thanks to them. Seriously, do they line up against, like, the naval academies every week and run triple option? Or not the naval academies, the military academies. Navy, Air Force, Army. Who did they play that they gave up all these yards to? We gotta see some box scores, because you know there had to have been like a 500-yard rushing game. That's atrocious. All right, Cleveland, what happened? That was on the lower end, obviously. Packers had 28 points. All right, there had to have been a game where they allowed like 1,000 yards. I have to check all the box scores. There's going to be something here. Ah, that's a little over 100. Is it bugged? Is the number like added up incorrectly? Or was there a 1,000-yard rushing game in here that actually raises the average enough? I mean, that's 150-ish. I think it might be just broken. There's no way. Yeah, Tomlinson had a big game. It says I allowed over 8,000 passing yards. Okay, there just must be an issue here with like the tallying of stats. It's bad. It's just not that bad. All right, let's check out some of the season stats then as the year has come to an end. Who are your league leaders here in head coach year 2? Jamie Martin, 47 touchdowns. The 39-year-old Jamie Martin for the Bears, 47. Derek Anderson had 43. Beat that, Brady, Breeze, and Manning. 37 interceptions. These stats are outrageous. Andrew Walter was picked off 37 times. How's that even possible? He had no quarterback wins. Andrew Walter, 37 picks, 0 wins on the season. Where's his stats? Does it show it in this menu? Career stats, season stats, L. Yes, losses down the board. Not a single victory. Oh boy. On the ground now. The rushing title goes to Ronnie Brown. Then Marshawn Lynch, Larry Johnson, Sean Alexander, Adrian Peterson. How did Alexander have 1,400 yards and 3 scores? That's like Megatron's. Was it his 2,000-yard season that had like 3 touchdowns, or what was it? What year did he have like the worst touchdown luck I've ever seen? His 1,900-yard season was only 5 touchdowns. That was his lowest since his rookie year. That's still very low for those catches. A $122, almost 2,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's it. $25 touchdowns for Marion Barber. How about fumbles? 8 for Selvin Young. Are you kidding me? That is a record. Braylon Edwards had 2,500 yards. Come on. That shatters the record. The NFL record is 1964. Calvin Johnson. And he beat that by about 500. While dropping 31 passes. 23 touchdowns for Brandon Marshall. Most drops, 31. Successful run block percentage? Whoa, I gotta see some of those numbers on our team. Most picks, DJ Williams. He beat Waddle. Kicking. These are hilarious stats. All right, let me check out our stats here now. Here is how our numbers look here at the very end. Just 10 touchdowns for Matt Ryan. He did miss a handful of games, but he still should have had way more than 10 touchdowns, you would think. Matt Ryan was not very consistent this year, and we have a lot of work to do going into next year with him. On the ground, Michael Turner had 10 touchdowns and had a pretty good second half of the season, but our running game was overall very weak. Has to get much better. Roddy White, 772 yards and 5 touchdowns. Ben Watson had a monster season, 900 plus. Not bad for Douglas and Laurent Robinson. Got Waddle 11 catches. Hopefully that goes up in year 2 for him. For blocking now, we have these success rates. So, Jeremy Dahl, 75% successful on his run blocks. Sam Baker, 71. Justin Blaylock at 80. Gandy, 72. McCoy, only 63. Palmer, 52. That's a really cool stat. More information to base information and decisions off of. So, that's a big positive. And pass block percentage. Dahl was our most successful, it looks like. Followed by Blaylock and Baker. So you'd have to say Justin Blaylock was our best blocker this season. Now for the defense. 12 sacks for Jamal Anderson, but we need more production there. Baldwin had 4. Artis Drexler had 4. We need more pass rush. Interceptions, we all know Waddle and Rhodes. We talked about them all season long. It was a really fun time with them. Hurries. Wow. Okay, so Baldwin had 47, just couldn't convert them into sacks very often. That's pretty cool. Blocks defeated. Big hits, thrown at, catches allowed. Michael Boley allowed 43. Who allowed the most yards? Boley, Waddle, Peters. Touchdowns allowed. Waddle allowed 4. Houston allowed 4. Peters allowed 3. When Matt Prater finished, he was 8 of 11 on field goals, 15 of 15 on extra points. Two kick return touchdowns. Cool. You want to see Zazali's stats quick? Sure thing. Mike Zazali, 24 touchdowns, 11 picks as a rookie. That is a really solid first year, and he's only going to get better. Miami's going to have a chance to be a pretty solid team with Mike Zazali at quarterback. Yes, this is an EA game from over 10 years ago. All right, we're seeing our approval fall a bit, and we'll see exactly how far it does fall. 65 right now. Obviously, could not get the approval to 80 at the end of the year, and we're going to have a couple more fail. I'm not going to fire our GM, so I imagine we'll have close to 60 approval total. Let me save the game quick. Yeah, the deep stats in this game are really interesting, and I think that they're only recorded in sims, but even then, this is a game where you should sim a lot. And the fact that you get all this data to make more informed decisions is just awesome. I have to keep it so simplistic for things like the Bucs rebuild because I'm only given the surface level stats, you know? They have like a receptions allowed stat in the game, but I don't think it works properly. Trent Edwards had an incredible season worth checking out. Okay, let's check out Trent Edwards. Trent Edwards, whoa! 8 touchdowns, 33 picks. I actually thought you guys were being honest. He had 9 wins. How did this lead to 9 wins? Are you kidding me? That should be impossible, but I guess when you have 2,000 rushing yards and 27 touchdowns, that'll get you there. That is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. The stats are literally all over the place in this game. Alright, let's check the standings here. So where exactly are we going to be selecting this year? The Panthers were worse than us. There was one 0-16 team, the Raiders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 9th or 10th, depending on what happens here. I don't think that tiebreaker wins and losses matter here. I think it goes strength of schedule or something. But it's a top 10 pick nonetheless. We closed out with 6 straight losses too. That's horrible. Where are the all-pro teams? Has it shown those yet? We have Pro Bowl voting. Yearly awards. Are there all pros in here? Peyton Manning was the MVP. So close for Derek Anderson. Brandon Marshall, Offensive Player of the Year. Nope, it was Braylon Edwards. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Adrian Joseph Jr. beats out Mike Zizali. And at Defensive Rookie of the Year, are you kidding me? 3 over Waddle? What do you do to top 8 interceptions, a pick 6, and production on offense? 5 picks. That's wonderful. It's less than 8. Come on, man. Not a single award here is going to Demario Waddle when he had a historic season. Oh, here was the approval. Week over week. Was pretty good for a while, and then the massive losing streak happened. Oh, I like this individual leader screen. That's pretty neat. You can check it out by team even. This is cool. That's a neat feature. Madden should get that. Trade Matt Ryan. Is that the new narrative for this year? Got to get rid of Matt Ryan. I just saved not long ago. Head coach evaluation. I want you to stay. Or I could find the new team. Didn't know I could actually do that. We are, of course, going to stay with the Atlanta Falcons. I got to see what a year 2 in our system looks like with this team. We will stay. Head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. Staff evaluation. I want you to fire this staff member. I want to save his job, though. He has mid-major insider, small school insider. We're going to use those picks to turn this team around. We're going to save his job. Approval is down 3 there. That's okay. Not much. I want you to fire this staff member. I agree. We need to fire Mike Mularkey. I need a better offensive coordinator. Up goes approval. The owner loved that move. Emmett Thomas, I want you to keep this staff member. And it's clearly not just basing it off of like stats, because like statistically the defense was terrible, but obviously Thomas is a high level coach. I never wanted to fire him to begin with. So up goes approval again. How about our quarterback coach though? Don Maraldi, I want you to keep this staff member. I could promote him. I wish I could see some of his skills though, because it felt like it was a tough year. He does have, 6,000 points. We can use that. You know what? We're going to fire Don Maraldi. We're going to see what we can do this year for a quarterback coach. This is great. Approval just keeps going up. Paul Boudreau. Okay, let's agree to fire him. Getting my approval way up today. Just kind of agreeing with the owner here for most of these. I want to keep Hamilton, yes. I know I've upgraded him a bit. George Edwards, defensive backs coach, agree to fire. All right. 78 approval. Special teams coach will stay. Our trainer, yeah, fire. And, oh, I guess there have been a bunch of people fired around the league. Ken Wisenhunt, quarterback coach, come on down, maybe. Maybe we could hire Lane Kiffin as our quarterback coach. What do you think of that? Wait a minute, there was just something on the ticker down below that said that Gary Kubiak got a vote of confidence from the owner. Well, Gary Kubiak has just been fired. Yeah, I guess Lane Kiffin as an offensive coordinator or quarterback coach would be a pretty good hire for us. I imagine his level has to be somewhat high in this game. I feel a bit more prepared to make these coach hirings than the first time around. Alright, staff bidding here. Don Hessendorf, 43. Let's join, at least take a look. He's got level 5 for a lot of these attributes. Come on, game. Thought it froze for a moment. Current leader, the Panthers. Fire staff. I would have to give him the power to fire certain staff members. I'd have to either go with... I'd have to, like, do a combo here. Yeah, I don't want to give up that stuff. That's too much. Level 4, 3, and 2. I don't think that's gonna work. I do need a good, like, play calling coordinator for sure. So, Butch Millwood. Yeah, let me save the game quick. You never know when this thing's gonna freeze up on you. The game does not run well. Yeah, I think I want Lane Kiffin. Potentially, we'll see. Yeah, I'm kind of counting on a high play calling being one of the ways to boost our next year with the Falcons. Does their playbook matter, though? Because they're always running my scheme. Yeah, I know I'm going to have to give up some control. Has to be for the right coach, though. Level 2, 3, and 2. Let's dismiss that. Brian Schottenheimer. 443. Alright, it would be a lot easier to hire him. Oh yeah, there are chances to scroll here. Do we like Brian Schottenheimer here? Yeah, typically coaches do get worse as you run out of options. Might not be bad here. We don't have to give up too much control. He would be an upgrade over Malarkey. Philosophy, offensive playbook control. What do I want to give him? How about the receiver philosophy? Replace a few shotgun plays. That seems easy enough. Replace a few goal line plays. Okay. Brian Schottenheimer hired as offensive coordinator. Now let's take a look at what kind of a skill tree he has. He is overall 40. He has 5 special skills, actually. He has ambition. He has disciplined routine, game film analysis, speed training, and strength training. That seems pretty good. Can I see the full skill tree? Well, I guess this is it, just in a different format. But 4 chemistry, 4 play calling, 3 strategy, 2 performance. We can upgrade that performance, I think, for 5K. And that'll be an upgrade. And the 15% reduction on special skills is definitely going to be nice. Okay, here we go. Yeah, just 5K to get to that performance, but he has really good play calling. So now we have 2 coordinators with level 4 play calling. And of course, Schottenheimer has all these special skills already unlocked. So that gives us a boost over Malarkey quite a bit. And the discounts here are going to be really nice if we can have some success next year. We can get this snowball rolling quick. We'll check out the postseason once it unfolds a bit more. We're still early January. Yeah, I thought about that. The Hayden Jean-Charles, Harley Jean-Charles playbook upgrades so that we can make sure players aren't forgetting a lot over the off-season. Alright, so Harley's got 10K now. And like I said, the special skill for off-season. Where is it? Off-season seminar? That's only 3,500. Let's get that. I feel like this might help our run defense too if I go to these special skills. That was a huge weakness of ours this season. Yes, I did avoid getting fired, going 5-11, choking away a week 17 game. We're in okay shape though. 4-5-4. Okay. Might have a chance at a decent coach here. A lot of teams interested. What do we give up though? I don't know that we even can. This doesn't add up to 22 or anything close. 1%. I don't think it's going to work though. I don't think our GM left. I think it was another team's GM. Yeah, we're out. Can't win that one. Level 5s across the board. Alright, 10%. This might be a bit easier. Potentially. Quarterback philosophy. Okay. Practice health status. Okay. Roster minimum. Fine. How about practice fatigue? And then I gotta go career development. We've won. Head quarterback coach Dan Mifflin here. We will hire him. That should be a good addition to our coaching staff. And now an O-line coach, Jeff Davidson. We have to give up a lot of control here. We're gonna pass. I think our O-line's in pretty good shape. Alright, back to O-line. 4s across the board here. Rusty Alexander. Guard philosophy. Oh, I didn't do anything. Do we want to hire Rusty Alexander here? I didn't give him any control. He's got like level 4s. I think that's a good deal. I'm not sure what running backs are in this draft. I haven't taken a deep look at the class yet because the information is just so light during the season. But let's take a look at our quarterback coach here, Dan Mifflin. Will he help out Matt Ryan? Oh, a lot of these are actually pretty low, but the development here, I think, is the whole key. We have to get Matt Ryan developed more, and we'll see what happens here with these skills being as low as they are. He does have quarterback readiness here, I guess, is a special skill. But performance is probably the key one here to buy. I'll just buy it now. Unfortunately, level 2 performance is pretty low. But I think he might have been the best quarterback coach available still. %, might be too tough to overcome here. John Lynch? Defensive back coach. Do players become coaches in this game? John Lynch. Forget being the 49ers GM. Come be our defensive backs coach. Let's go. Strong safety philosophy. Come on, you gotta at least give that to John Lynch. Let's hire him. This is step 1 towards us taking down the Buccaneers. We just took their Hall of Fame safety. Yeah, let's check the Super Bowl here. I think it's time. Well, the Super Bowl is played in February, so it hasn't been played yet. It's still January 27th. Yeah, exactly. I had Derek Mason in that Vikings series, and Madden 12 was the last Madden to allow you to hire players as coaches, which was a really cool feature. What can I do for Terry Robisky? He has 8.7K. Special skills. I feel like we might need this one. We dropped way too many passes. I'm just buying receiver discipline. We have a running backs coach already, Gerald Brown. We could look at one of these development, learning, intangibles, physical. Increases speed, acceleration, and agility. Or we could do strength and hitting power. Let's go with the speed one. I think that's going to be more valuable in this game specifically. Yeah, that's right, Cole. In Madden 25, you'd have players come out of retirement. I know, when I got Peyton Manning with the Rams, was that him coming out of retirement? I can't remember. And then we went one and done. Remember how we lost that game too? We, oh my goodness, that game was hilarious. I wonder if I can pull it up. not sure if I know how to set it up here while live. I should get some sort of source here so I can pull up like a YouTube video if I ever need to. That was a ridiculous ending though. Pro Bowl week, so almost to the Super Bowl, everybody. Gotta add a trainer. 90 as a skill level, that seems pretty good. 28%. Wanting a ton of control here for when offensive, or I guess any player, practices or plays through injury. We have to give up like full control over this stuff. Is it worth it? I need an answer. Give him the team. Give him everything. Is that smart? The chat seems split, leaning towards yes. It's not worth it. Too much. Two injury evaluation, rehab, and fatigue recovery. Can we do better than Jim Flores? How about Steve Parker? Can we do better than Steve Parker? 3-1-3. I think we need rehabilitation to be good, at least. It can't be a 1. Injury evaluations of 4. Oh, man, this is tough, everybody. 1s across the board. Oh boy, we're going to have a level 1 trainer or something. Oh boy, what happened? We got Tyler Bryant, a 21 overall trainer. I thought there might be another decent option. Turns out there wasn't. Quite a few changes, though, across our coaching staff. Brian Schottenheimer is the big one. Dan Mifflin. Those were positive moves for us. Our trainer overall at least went up, but probably not far enough. Bucks beat the Colts in the Super Bowl. I want to see if I can find the box score. But it looks like Tampa Bay has become the champions of this season. That is how the season ended, everybody. Buccaneers over the Colts in a very close game. The Super Bowl champions are our rivals. Good fourth quarter comeback. Brian Griese, 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. Absolutely no rushing success. But big days for Beck, Ike Hilliard. What happened to the Colts? Passing. Peyton Manning had 6 interceptions in the Super Bowl. That's not going to win you too many games. Was there a pick 6 in there? Had to have been at least 1. You can't throw 6 picks and not have 1 be a touchdown, can you? I guess so. The Bucks did not go undefeated, I don't believe. They had at least 1 loss before they played us. The Buccaneers had a 13-3 record. The game wants me to release Desmond Clark. He is older, but I'm going to wait for now. Approval chain, jaw by 2. That's nothing. Draft preview. Now, we've seen this menu before. Yep, it's a strong offensive class that we will start to get more info on. It's not a great defensive class, but the D-line is decent. I feel like these stars may have changed over the course of the year. Should I write down all the sleepers? Let me get a little cheat sheet going here. All right, so for QBs, Appling and Tucker, Granderson, Upshaw. Wide receiver is Newton and Killebrew. Tight end, Harvick, Rollins. O-line gets one category for all those spots. Fields, Palmer. D-end, Yardley and Bishop. D-tackle, Doby, Franklin. Linebackers, Wimmer and Trainer. Corners, McClover, Gaither. And safeties are Mitchell and Lopez. Okay. Those are all the sleepers and the overrated players. Cool. So we are preparing here for free agency. Yeah, I'm just writing down the overrated ones to know that they're more risky to take. Alright, here is our draft board, everybody, and soon we're going to have things like the Senior Bowl or College All-Star Game, and we'll begin to fill out more of these scouting profiles. But running back is obviously going to be something we look at. We're going to look at wide receiver and defensive line as main needs. We pick top 10, should have a chance to take a pretty good player. Alright, is there anybody to place the franchise tag on? Devin Hester just got the tag. Braylon Edwards got the franchise tag after his monster season. Alright, what are we going to do? We're not signing Brooking, Gandy, Ty Law. I can't see us using the tag unless it's for Prater. I'm going to tag Prater. Get that 1-year contract guaranteed. Oh, we got some new goals out of nowhere. Acquire a right guard, at least 85 overall. How about a right outside linebacker at 85 overall? A right tackle at 85 as well. Those are not the needs I was really wanting to fill. Senior All-Stars. Choose players to scout below. Okay, that's right. I have to choose here in the All-Star game what 2 quarterbacks I want to scout. And I'm thinking more mid to late round developmental quarterbacks. So probably not going to be Mark Huckabee with 98 production and overall to this point. I didn't do a lot of quarterback scouting. I have 33 there, 33 on a few. So let's figure out who we want to scout. Damian Tucker compared to Seneca Wallace. And speed, elusiveness, and vision are all top 3. Learning mechanics and accuracy are all negatives. It seems like quarterback is not really part of his strengths here. That's really weird. The positives and negatives. How about... He's an 81 overall, though, so can't overlook that too much. I should scout him just to see. Highest rated gets it. Did Army's quarterback run the option offense? Speed. That makes sense. Deep accuracy is down. Durability is down. Above average arm. Travis Campbell. Elite arm strength. Good touch. Bad deep accuracy. Low durability and attitude. Possibly him. What about Freddie Ingram? Size, above average arm and touch. Darren Smith, same. Marquise Baker. Size, above average arm and touch. Just one production. Alright, let's go to running backs now. I did do a lot of scouting here. I don't think we'll take one in the first round or anything. But maybe someone like Evan Torrance. 90 production, great attitude, youth, quickness. Down on the vision and football IQ. Let's scout him. I can scout 3 players here. Speed, elusiveness. Okay. Torrey Yeomans. I'm looking for size and speed at running back. I really want to get some speed. Quickness, ball security, and size. That doesn't sound too bad for Bradley Beats. Yeah, let's scout Beats. Oh, I got one more. The sleeper here was Granderson. Is he available for this? No. Must not be a senior. Size, speed ratio, speed and power. That seems really intriguing. Raymond Torrance. Receivers and tight ends. Okay, we're looking for a number 3 for sure. Hands and route running. Obviously, gotta put him on the board. Learning, catching traffic, route running. Not bad. Toughness, catching traffic, but down on speed. Release and catching traffic. Alright. Agunyale will be scouted as well. Route running and hands for Killebrew. Maybe let's go to some smaller school receivers here. Danny Moore, speed, agility, acceleration, but his return ability's down. Still interested. Big playability, agility, and juke. Colin Baskin. Let's scout him. I'm excited to see some of these players. All right, so the game wants us to add a right guard and right tackle. I'm not sure we can get a high enough overall for a rookie, but surely the right side is weaker than our left. We have Sam Baker, Justin Blaylock, and Jeremy Dahl at center. We could work on the right side, although I didn't think it was a pressing need at all. But we'll scout one of the better right tackles then, Wendell Waters. Jamal Darcy, I need more information, of course. We'll scout him. Glenn Hennings, okay. Only 3. That's not enough. All right, D-line. The sleeper here at end is Yardley. At tackle, it's Doby. So let's get Yardley on the board. Is Doby available? No, he is not. But I think another defensive end could be an earlier addition for us, so I want to scout a lot of the good ones here. Strength, power moves, speed. Yes. Although pass rush moves is a main negative, that's a concern. I need some pass rush moves there. And zone coverage here? Jay Sean Boston compared to Dwight Freeney. Yes. Maybe another run-stopping defensive tackle, too, like Dwayne Russell. Yeah, I mean, you see the Dwight Freeney comp, and you're like, okay, you have my attention just based on that. Let's scout one of these sleepers here, too. D. Whitman. Joey Porter is the comparison here for Shane Williams, who would more play end in our scheme. I didn't do much scouting here at linebacker, it appears. Yeah, the linebacker class doesn't seem all that strong. All right, let's go defensive backs, and I think that's going to be one of our main things we look at, is getting another corner opposite of Demario Waddle. I'm not as concerned about safety. I think that, obviously, Kerry Rhodes is going to be solid. Maybe Marco Dawkins starts. We'll see. Etienne Moss. And Trell Roll. Press, man coverage. I would absolutely love to add another corner with those skills. Etienne Moss. There's a name. Oh, all those goals were for free agency? That's okay. Yeah, I can look to get 2 out of 3 of those accomplished, and then it's a net positive no matter what. That's a good call. Maturity, learning, and speed. Nelson Guillory compared to Charles Tillman. I want to know everything about these early corners, because that could be one of our top selections. Oh, come on. They compared him to Antoine Winfield, one of my favorite players of all time. I need some good cover skills here. Zone coverage, hands, potential. I need some press ability, too, if I can get it. The comparisons here are the McClover is the sleeper, Gaither is the overrated player. Where is McClover? Is he available to be scouted? All right, let's go back to, yeah, Ray McClover. Nathan Vasher, I also liked him. Oh, I can scout more. Maybe another free safety. Speed, jumping, playmaking. Shante Smith. Let's go down now. Maybe a later round option. Want to make sure I have potential choices down there. Big playability. Gabe Evans. Yeah, I don't know if it'll take 7 hours this time. I think that I'll be able to trim it just because I've done this before. Maybe we can do the pro days a bit quicker too. I know that you can delegate those and have the coaches do it for you. Kind of tempting to save time because pro days take a lot of time. Are you just guessing here on kickers? Well, just scout the 2 best kickers then. I did not get fired. No. I'm a valuable coach to this organization. Alright, looks like we have some results now after scouting, and I'm really curious about these top corners. Etienne Moss, 90 overall, good intangibles, great production. The Senior Bowl gave us the info that he has really good cover skills. Press at 87. So he needs some intangible development with awareness and play recognition. I believe that's PRC. But Etienne Moss could be the perfect corner to pair with DeMario Waddle. Omar Stone. Okay, more of a zone corner. His intangibles, though, are a lot better. Nelson Guillory, he needs a lot of work here. 39 awareness and low cover skills right off the bat. Ray McClover, yeah, that's a bit better. 73, 75, 54 press. Yeah, I think Etienne Moss is going to be maybe the top target. But there were 2 more that didn't go to the Senior Bowl. So we'll scout Brandon Biggs a bit more, and Dre Gaither when given the chance. But if Etienne Moss is like the number 3 corner, I think we have a pretty good shot if that's who we want at number 10 overall. Or 9, wherever we are. MVP in the Broncos series so far? Without a doubt, Happy Miles Jack. He's made so many big plays ever since I signed him. And nobody else has had that kind of impact for that many years. Let's check out these running backs now. I don't think I will be going very early, but maybe in the mid-rounds. Evan Torrance. Vision's a little low. The moves aren't really there. Bradley Beats. A little bit better at some of those. Gonna be hard to grade these running backs, though, until I have the combine numbers. Receivers also something we've been talking about, and I did more scouting. Colin Baskin, 69 catching, 95 juke move. Might not be a starting caliber player. Danny Moore, he's got juke and spin with 75 catching and 86 elusiveness. 21 awareness though. Still has my attention here. How about some of these pass rushers? Jay-Sean Boston. He was the one I really liked. Compared to Dwight Freeney. 90 finesse move, 50 power move. Alright. I can see the Dwight Freeney comparison here. Elite finesse rusher. Not going to give you a lot in terms of run defense or power, but I bet he's got a spin move ready for you. Dwayne Russell. I like this skill set here. He's pure power with some block shed. I think we have to add another defensive tackle too at some point. Alright, so I think we already have a few players to be pretty excited about, but the draft is still a ways away. Ooh, combine workouts. I guess we're going to talk more draft. Not quite to free agency yet. Not sure we're going to get to that tonight either. Oh yeah, you don't really get a lot of info off these combine workouts. Oops. Forgot to, oh wait. Never mind, didn't miss anything there. Alright, I think I did skip one of the scouting things. That's my bad. But okay, more quarterback scouting here. Now, what do we learn about Damian Tucker? Speed, elusiveness, vision, 70 throw accuracy. I mean, you can work with 70. 84 throw power, 85 speed. I'm really intrigued. Let's meet with Damian Tucker. Tucker, by the way, I guess is the overrated player in this class, but that doesn't mean necessarily that he's not a good player to have on the team. I think overrated tends to mean like they're just, you know, maybe not ready to start day one. And I'm looking for a backup quarterback too, so got to keep that in mind. An overrated player might still be the perfect player for us. Yeah, let's meet with Travis Campbell. 93 throw power, 80 accuracy. I mean, those ratings sound really good. .429. All right. C. Jones ran .429. Gotta write that down. Barry, Bradshaw, Bushrod, all in the 4.3s. Barry, though, at 230 pounds. So we're looking at Cyrus Jones here from Florida State, who had the blazing fast 40. 96 speed, 97 agility, 96 acceleration. That sounds like a lot of fun. Albert Berry ran a very good 40, but at 230 pounds. He has 70 strength. Absolutely meeting with him. .97 speed here for Bryant Randolph. And that's 98 acceleration. Okay, let's scout him too. I already have Turner under contract for a while, so I don't really have to look for power backs or well-rounded backs. Although I am kind of intrigued here by Bradley Beats. Offers a bit of everything at 242. All right, at wide receiver, if you want speed, 417, Andre Bender. A 417, just shattering the 40 time. Okay. He's going very early in this draft, isn't he? 417. That's fake. Andre Bender. 99 speed, 99 jumping. At 6'3". Good luck. We don't necessarily need a ton of speed here at receiver, but I do think we could use more of it. So just something to keep in mind here. Baskin needs some development here at the position. Better run after the catch receiver so far. Oh yeah, Hungry Gamer. You know Al Davis wants Andre Bender. I think you'll be happy with Henry Ruggs. Bender's 26? I don't care. He is fast. That's fine. Danny Moore. I've done some scouting with him. 75 catching. Yeah. Might be a really good addition for us. I don't think receiver has to be our top pick. But we're going to have to get some options, whether it's early. I think it's going to be either an early or mid-round pick for us. Let's find some more later picks, potentially. I want, like, route running to be one of the top things here. I want to get some more different skill sets. I want to see some different positives. Oh, I guess I can do it like this. It's faster. Looking for like route running and hands, something different here for these prospects. But I guess if they had that in their positives, they'd be ranked higher in the draft, wouldn't they? Evan Bailey. Route running's a negative. What was his combine like? Pretty good. Let's put him on the board. Alright, show me some route running. Yeah, Roniel Greenway. Put him on the board. Yeah, a lot of the player comps in this game end up being super common, like Lamont Jordan and Jared Lorenzen. They take up like half the comparisons. Is Bender really 26 though? That is not common. Free agency preview. What do we have? Brian Dawkins, Adrian Wilson, Dallas Clark, Joey Galloway. Ooh, Antoine Winfield. There might be some chances out here to get better, everybody. This is exciting. Dante Culpepper. Dominic Hickson, Joe Juravicius, Santana Moss. Yeah, what do we address in free agency and what do we save for the draft? So our goals were to add 85 overall right outside linebackers. There aren't any in free agency. And then right guard and right tackle. There are two options at right guard. there is one option at right tackle. Marshall Yanda would be a really good player to sign, but he's a restricted free agent. I'm sure that's like a first or second round tender, so that's likely not happening. But possibly Wellborn or Hicks here at right guard. That could be one way to get a little bit of the approval up. But chances are we're going to lose 2 out of 3 of these goals, which is just the way it is. Nicholas. Maybe the level 1 tender. Yeah, it's a backup caliber contract, and I wouldn't mind getting a 4th round pick if someone wanted to sign him. Linebacker's not really a big need for me, though, when we have Curtis Lofton, Michael Boley, and Dino Peters. It's just depth at that point, really, is all we have to address. University of Wisconsin lacrosse. They got like every college in here imaginable. Who's the sleeper here? Wimmer. Oh, he's already on our board too. Okay. I'm not even sure we'll draft a linebacker, honestly. All right, Ruben Doby is the sleeper here at defensive tackle. Very athletic, good pass rusher. I do need that pass rush boost, so yes, he's on the board. Compared to Kevin Williams. No, I'm probably going to be ending the stream here soon. It is getting a little late for me. So we're probably not going to get to like all of free agency and everything. I'm going to try to fit as much as I can into like the next 10-15 minutes or so. So I know like the game looks at, you know, who you're paying a lot of attention to. I think I'm done here with Etienne Moss. Like, he is certainly a top priority of ours, one of my favorite players in the class. So I don't feel I have to scout him anymore. But we are closing in on free agency now, just 4 days away. How much more do we have to do until then? Oh, we're going right to it, it looks like. This is the team game plan for each key position on your football team. Wow. Whose idea is it to make Dante Culpepper our starter over Matt Ryan? Culpepper would be a slight boost in overall. Culpepper in 85. I love Dante with the Vikings. Unfortunately, things didn't work out once he left Minnesota. How's he been in the series lately? 15 touchdowns, 20 picks. 1 season in Baltimore. Or I guess this is like all the available options. It isn't necessarily like priorities that someone else put here. I think it's just a guide if you want to upgrade. Here are the overalls and the ways you can get your team a bit better. Might even sign a receiver because there seems to be a lot, and depth there would certainly help us out. How's our salary cap looking, though, ahead of free agency? Are we in good shape? Our cap status is money to spend, 27.8. It's not a ton of room, but it's enough to go and sign a couple difference makers, potentially. So maybe we will get to a little bit of the free agency here before I wrap this up. We're right here now. Let me go back to the free agency preview again. Oh, wait a minute. Let's check this mock draft quick. Let's see what the game thinks we're going to do at this stage. We have some options for how we want to go in the first round. Andre Bender could go 5. Etienne Moss at 10. So they have us going with a different corner over Etienne Moss. I don't think at this stage I would. I think Moss is my favorite. But it's nice to see where the game is kind of projecting players so I can start to put together an idea of what's realistic in the first round and who may be there sliding into the second. Oh yeah, it's a multi-round mock draft. But we have no second round picks, so it's only going to show us once. Gotta remember, only one a first round pick and no second right now. Oh, was that my only chance to see the 2010 free agent class? I wanted to take one more look at it. Alright, so free agency is now here. And obviously, I'm interested in some players more than others. Brian Dawkins. I mean, I gotta at least see what this goes up to, right? There are 20 interested teams. So I imagine this is going to be probably very expensive. Or it's going to get closer to like 5 a year. I don't think it's the right move for us. Go to roster and free agents. Ah, there it is. Thank you. Alright, so if we do want to upgrade at cornerback, we could add Winfield, Fred Bennett, Marlon Jackson, Terrence McGee. Outside of those players, I don't think anybody would be great to sign. For Winfield, yeah, Antoine Winfield is absolutely the number one that I would want. And then I would rank probably McGee. Just because I like to run man coverage. I think it opens things up and gives us a better chance at getting more takeaways. So I'm going to rank Winfield, then McGee, Bennett, Jackson. That's how I'm going to rank that. At running back, I mean, I wouldn't mind signing Ahmad Bradshaw. That would be kind of cool. At receiver, let's take a look at our receivers quick. And where are we lacking as far as skill set goes? We have actually really good speed at receiver. But do we have the other skills? Route running, we could use a better route runner on this team. So what opportunities does free agency give us there? For route running, we'd be looking at Joey Galloway, Lavernius Coles, Ike Hilliard. Those are your best options. Not Dominique Hickson. He is not a target. Joe Juravicius. Okay. So Galloway, Coles, Hilliard. I just have to rank it like that. Alright, do we have a preference between Wellborn and Artis Hicks then? Both older, both 85 overall. Run blocking is very low for Hicks. The pass blocking, where is that hiding at? Okay, very low for Wellborn. So I'd have to say Hicks is at least maybe a little bit, wait, 66 pass block, 63 run block. Okay, I'd have to go Wellborn. I'll have to check the tender on Yonda, but I feel like that's going to be a deal breaker, especially with no second round pick. If it's like a first round tender, then I really can't make the move there. Can't afford it. Alright, so we know who some of our targets are now. Fred Bennett was our third. He's restricted. 5 years, 26.6. That's going to be the market. So, cross off Bennett already. And now Joey Galloway's up. This is going to be 2 years, 12. That's a lot of money. I'm willing to go to Coles and Hilliard to see what they want. DeBrickashaw Ferguson in a trade at right tackle. I'm curious. I just want to see. Oh, apparently no longer available to be traded. That was quick. Willie Parker, 3 years, near 20. No thanks. Keith Brooking, no. Kellen Winslow, no. Here we go. Antoine Winfield, 2 years, around 10 million. I'd be cool with Antoine Winfield here on the team. Come on, 8.5 that currently leads. Don't go back to Buffalo. Oh man, it's going up. We got 27 in space. Man, do we want to go to 7 a year for Antoine Winfield? We have Chris Houston. I want to add someone young. No, we're going to wait on McGee. As much as I love Antoine Winfield, and I'm obviously a big Viking fan, we're going to wait. Marlon Jackson was the number 4 corner I liked. He's the second best available now. This would be a 4-year contract for less a year. I wouldn't have to make a huge bid. Huh. But I had McGee ranked higher, so what do we do? I can always decline. 4 years, 14. That might be a good enough deal, honestly. I can always, you know, back out of the deal. Let's go to corner quick. And how much do we believe in Chris Houston, who's 25? He has good potential. The learning is decent. He has good man coverage, and I want to be able to play some man coverage. So if we have Houston and Waddle and we draft corner early, that really takes care of the position. So I think I'm going to actually ignore this. I think I have a plan there. Lavernius Coles. He's now my top receiver available for free agency. 1-year contract. We have not made any deals yet. I'd love to add Lavernius Coles. I'd go up 2 because it's a 1-year deal. I mean, I might as well use all my cap space. There's no rollover. So 1 year, $6 million. We've won our first free agent bid of the night. Lavernius Coles. He would just give us some good receiver depth at the very least. And if we can't, if we go cornerback first, we want to make sure we have a good player here in this spot. I'll give him the top offer here. Lavernius Coles, 1 year, buys us time to find another receiver to get a main role on the team. All right, Terrence McGee. I just don't think that signing a corner now is going to be the answer. I think that I want to go cornerback in the first round most likely. So at this stage, might not end up using all this cap space. But we still have some more positions that come up. Let's check out Hilliard's. Man, we could add even more depth. That'd be kind of interesting, just to add 2 veterans, have even more depth on the team. Might eat into Waddle's snaps at receiver. Do we sign Hilliard and Coles or just Coles? I mean, if it doesn't work out, I mean, we can just cut or trade him. We have cap space. I don't see where else it's going to go. Alright, small signing bonus. It gives us an additional option at wide receiver. We now have a lot more depth there. And that was an issue for us last season. And obviously, pro days are coming up now. We still have some free agents we could potentially sign. Like, I had interest in Ahmad Bradshaw at running back. And I had a couple guards I had interest in. But I guess now we have a more busy schedule. So, pro day. What do we have here at Georgia? Bender. Cal. Yep, let's go with Georgia. Alright, more players coming up here. Waiting to find the ones that I really wanted to sign. We'll run through a couple more pro days. Laurent Robinson. We have a trade offer, and obviously I think Robinson's very expendable. So this might be a good way for us to add a pick, even if it's not super early. So Miami's offered a 4. Increase it. They're going to stick with the offer. Let me see if I can try to get a 4. Is that even possible? Maybe a future. Or that one. Accept our current offer or we walk. Okay. I'll take the 2010 5th round pick. I think that's a pretty good deal. Gives us an additional late pick that we can use to move up. And I don't think Robinson had a role on this team to begin with. Phil Dawson. We're going to see what we have here with Prater. Chester Taylor. Loved when the Vikings had him. That first year he started in Minnesota, 2008, was a lot of fun. Had some really good games. All right. Oh, it's a trade negotiation. Well, I do like Ahmad Bradshaw, but what's it going to take to acquire him? A 6 and a 7 in the future. Or a 7 and a future 6. We have 4 7th round picks. This might be a good opportunity for us, guys. I think I want to do that. Oh, wait. There are a bunch of teams here. I'm going to offer a 7 and a future 6. This is not going to cut it. We suggest you offer a 3 and a 7. Okay. We are not on the same page here at all. Not one bit. How about a 7 and a future 5? Another team has made us a better offer. You have to give us more. You're lying. No way, Tom Coughlin. There's no way. Alright, no deal. Can't make it work. I thought he was a free agent. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I'm trying to go quicker with a lot of this stuff this time. I don't want it to be another 7-hour off-season deal. Wait a minute. Okay, Ahmad Bradshaw traded for a 7 and a future 4. So that's the offer they got. Ricky Williams is available. But I don't think he is a great fit for what we need right now. All right, everybody. I think that's where we're going to end it tonight. Got some good progress here into the offseason. A start on the new team. We'll pick it up next time and continue and finish out the offseason. We'll take our time a bit better with some of the pro days and everything and getting the draft prep going. But I think we have to look a lot at those later round picks, given we have no second, and I think I already know what I want to do with my first round pick. So we got to think the plan for the rest of the draft. Let me save it quick. Come on. That is where we're going to end this episode of NFL Head Coach. I'll take some time now to think about what else I want to do in free agency and then the draft. It's kind of nice to take a break here and get to think about it after making some decisions on the team. But we have added a couple new players now. We have a lot more competition at wide receiver. We added Coles and Hilliard, who are both our top-rated receivers now. So, really interesting to see where things go from here. Especially with Harry Douglas, the same overall as Roddy White. Gonna be really interesting to see what happens next year. Whoa! 73 speed, 71 acceleration for Ike Hilliard. That is so low. Could still look at making an offensive line upgrade. I think we'll definitely try it. I think we need it. Might want to look also... Oh yeah, John Abraham. We didn't have him last year because of injury. So it's like an upgrade to the team, getting him back. That's awesome. Maybe another run-stopping tackle, though. We have a plan, I think, at corner. A lot of good first-round options, it would appear. Yeah, I feel pretty good about where we are right now. And maybe another running back. Maybe I can bring Brockers back or something. He has experience on the team at least. But what do you think we have to do? Let me know, and between now and the next stream I do, I'll put together a plan. And we will figure this out for the next year of the Atlanta Falcons NFL Head Coach 09 series. That is it for today, everybody. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good night. That's where I'll end the video and the stream tonight, everybody. Thank you for being here. It was a fun time. Obviously, wish that last game we played went a little bit better, but we're already a good part of the way toward our next season here in the series, and before you know it, we should be playing more games that count, and we'll see if year 2 with the Falcons can be a bit better. So, appreciate it, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the support and the super chats, and I will catch you all in the next stream, and I do not know what night that's going to be yet, but tomorrow a new Bucks episode will go up. Sunday a new Broncos video will go up, and then we'll kind of go from there. Appreciate it, everybody. Stay safe. Have a good weekend. And I'll catch you later. Sweet dreams.